Ty Lue benching Russell Westbrook for the entire fourth quarter last night. That's when the Clippers rallied back from 9 points down and forced OT. Russ then remained on the bench during that overtime period. Clippers ultimately failed to complete the comeback, though. They lose 134-124 to the Nuggets. Shannon, ultimately, is Westbrook going to hurt or help the Clippers?
Well, yeah, for me, it looks like the Clippers felt they needed a Russell Westbrook. The only problem that I have is that I think they should have allowed him to serve the same role he served for the Lakers. Let him be their energy guy off the bench. Terrence Mann was playing unbelievable basketball.
He played well last night.
He was giving you, 12, 13 points.
Yep.
He was giving you 5, 6 assists a night, but he wasn't giving you the turnovers that Russ does.
Mm-hmm.
Russ is going to give you some valuable minutes. He's going to give you some points. You just hope the turnovers don't come in volume and they don't bite you in the butt at the end. Skip, he didn't play the last 1/30 of the third. He didn't play none of the fourth quarter or overtime. Mm-hmm. He played the same amount of minutes as Eric Gordon and gave you 17 more points than what Eric Gordon gave you.
Yeah.
And that's what I don't get. And he only had 2 turnovers. So he had 17 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals. What am I missing? And so I just think the thing is, Skip, Russ, since he joined, this is more about the defensive end. Skip, you realize y'all giving up 310 points in 2 games?
Yeah, what happened to the defensive Clippers? What? They gave up against Sacramento. It was 153 all at the end of regulation. I'm saying, what happened to defense?
But Skip, you knew it was going to be a high-scoring game. At the half, it was 80-76. So if you just stayed on that pace, it was going to be 160-156. It ended up being what. So I'm looking. Hold on. Kawhi Leonard's supposed to be a defensive guy. Paul George's supposed to be a defensive guy. Robert Covington doesn't even play anymore.
Play. He's fallen completely out of the rotation.
Completely off.
Yep.
Mason Plumlee's Marcus Morris. I mean, all you guys, all these people keep telling me, oh, defense, and you've given up all these points. Nah, Skip, I'm not going to put this on Russ. Look, I get it. The Lakers did get better because I think Vanderbilt, Malik Beasley, and some of the other D-Lo, what they can give you in the place of Russ, plus at a fraction of the cost. Mm. But this loss the Clippers had last night, I ain't putting it on Russ. Okay. And I'm not going to allow you to put it on Russ because your team don't play any defense. And the guy that they subbed him for, that they put Eric Gordon in there for, he gave you 0 points.
He also gave you 0 turnovers.
What Skip? I mean, so would you rather have? If a guy gives you 0 points, but hold on, let me see how many assists did the man give you. He gave you 2 assists. So the man gave you 2 assists. Russ gave you 4 assists, and he gave you 5 steals.
Okay, I'm not going to let you get away with trying to not let me get away with what I first guessed. I said, when Paul George started making noise about we want Russ, I said, no, you don't. I first guessed it on the show, and now I will 2nd, 3rd, and 5th guess it because this is welcome to my worst nightmare. This is the team I picked to win it all. I still like the team minus Russell Westbrook. He is a disaster of a nightmare for me because only in Hollywood could the LA Lakers figure a way out from under Russ, and the team in the basement at now what's called the crypt would figure a way to add him on. You were stuck with him. You kept using the word, I'm stuck with Russ. Now they're stuck with him by their own hand. Mm-hmm. They chose him. You chose him, yeah. Because they said, because it's such a rivalry with the team upstairs, that they went so typically Clippers, they said, watch what we can do that you couldn't do with Russell Westbrook. They do have a very good coach. I think your Lakers have a very good younger coach.
Yes.
He's unproven yet. Yes. We haven't seen him coach in the playoffs. Hopefully we will. But Ty Lue, you and I agree, is at the top of the list of coaches. So somebody upstairs, and I don't know, it probably went all the way up to Steve Ballmer, the owner, somebody said, Ty Lue can handle this.
Right.
Ty Lue can figure this out. But Ty Lue said right away, I'm not going to do what Darvin did. I'm going to start this man. The first night he was a Clipper, he started.
But Skip, and plus, in order for Russ, you need a veteran ball club. Kawhi, veteran. Marcus Morris, veteran. Paul George, veteran. You look at Plumlee, a veteran. So, Skip, Utah ain't had no use because Utah a young team. They're like, nah, bro, you're not finna mess us up. And remember last year, I said, Skip, the buyout market. What I was told, anybody that wanted Russell Westbrook via trade was going to buy him out because they didn't want him with a young team messing up what's going on there. That's what I was told. And lo and behold, what happened? He got bought out and what? They said, don't even worry about coming. We got this. We're going to try to find a way to get you to another destination.
So think about how Russ made out here. He got to stay home in L.A.
Yes.
There's another team in L.A., but it's the Clippers.
Right.
It's the stepchildren.
Right.
Oh, I'll go play for them.
Right.
Oh, I can still drive my kids to school every morning. Yeah,
Yep.
you can.
Yep.
You can live at home. You don't have to do anything.
Yep.
And wait, I now get to be a starter for the Clippers? I don't even have to come off the – nope, you don't have to come off the bench. Well, that's all well and good until Ty Lue says, you know what, I don't like the feel of this game because once he did bench Russ, they took off. They were down 9 going into the fourth quarter, and all of a sudden Kawhi went crazy in the fourth quarter.
Yes.
It was big-time shot-making by Kawhi Leonard.
Oh, he been making – even that game against Sacramento, he went haywire.
He went haywire. And all of a sudden Ty Lue says, you know what? I like the way it looks. I like the way it feels with Eric Gordon on the floor, even though, to your point, on the stat sheet it said Eric Gordon was doing nothing.
Nothing.
Well, somehow Ty Lue said, I like the nothing because Kawhi's doing everything and Paul George is chipping in. And we got him going because he wasn't going for the first 3 quarters. And all of a sudden they get all the way to overtime and they hit the wall. And to your point, I don't disagree. Once you try Russ, you might as well use Russ.
Yes.
And you could have used him to restart the engine because you had chugged to a halt, right?
Yeah.
And you hit the wall. Kawhi takes 1 shot in overtime. He was just playing too many minutes. I don't think he trusts his knee.
Yeah, I think he was on fumes at that point. Played 39 minutes after playing 46.
Okay. So we got a Russell Westbrook here who he still leads the whole league in turnovers per 36 minutes, and he's second from the bottom in three-point shooting. And he did make a big one last night. He's actually made a couple of big shots. He made them against Sacramento.
Yeah, he did.
Okay. But he had 7 turnovers against Sacramento, and he started off the game, if we could just see him real quick, with 2 shaky possessions. And I think this stuck in the craw of one Ty Lue. If we can see this is the first play where he just, look at that, he lost the ball and almost lost it, and then he whips it crazily to Mason Plumlee, who wasn't quite ready for it and lost the handle. And then if we'd see the next possession, this is Russ. What are you doing, Russ? Who are you throwing it to? Russ. This is a L.A. Laker memorial.
I thought he was going to shoot that one.
Okay. I think at the last second he said, maybe I should pass it.
No, you shouldn't.
To nobody. Well, how many times did you see that with the Lakers?
Yeah, too many.
That was the cause of our daily Russell Westbrook memorial blooper reels, right? Okay. So I don't want to have to see this. I'm out.
Oh, you going to see it?
I'm out.
You in.
I'm done.
Skip, that's your team.
It was my team. It's the worst thing you could have done. You have wrecked the rest of your season, for better or for worse. He'll give you a little, and he'll take away a lot. That's what happened. More trouble than he's worth. You know it, and I know it. You're happy. You are celebrating.
Skip, look, I thought Russ was playing well for us in the role that he had carved out for himself.
But you're happy he's not there.
Yeah, I mean, I think Vanderbilt, and I think Beasley, and I think D'Lo, I think the guys that we got in this place are better fitted for what the Lakers were trying to do.
They're devastating turnovers. They're psyche wrecking. They're demoralizing.
But he did have 14 assists on Saturday night.
He did. For better or for worse.
But he had
7 turnovers. There you go.
But he wasn't the reason you lost that game last night. So don't try to put that off on Russ. Because he didn't play in the fourth quarter overtime.
All right, we're going to leave this one here, gentlemen. I have a feeling over the next 20-plus games, there will be plenty more opportunities to debate Russ's impact on the Clips. We got to go down to Dallas, though, when we come back. Kyrie and Luka, gentlemen, how are they going to mesh together? Let's get your thoughts when we come back.